大家好, welcome back to another episode of Growing Up with Chinese, 成长汉语. We're already up to our 5th episode of the show. Do you feel your Chinese vocabulary is growing? I hope so. Now, before we get into our topic for today, I want to congratulate all of you on the wonderful job you're doing. I know learning any foreign language can be hard, but hopefully you're all having fun in the process of learning Chinese with us here on the show. Now, so far we've managed to cover the basics of greetings, thank yous, introductions, and asking someone's age. That's quite a lot. So keep up all the good work, everyone. Today's content should be fun. At least, I think it's fun. We will be covering some basic question and answer phrases in Chinese. Now, as always, we are joined by Mike and Xiaoming. Today, Mike's full of a lot of questions, and Xiaoming has a lot of answers. Let's go check out what the two of them are up to.
真漂亮。这我好像去过，不知道这是哪儿的店。
生日快乐！
对，其实我从来没听过这么长的生日快乐。
没有人喜欢你。
麦克，你看，这是我的好朋友。
他是你的同学吗？
是啊。
他叫什么名字？
他叫兰兰。
兰兰，他多大了？也是16岁吗？
不是，他15岁。
这是什么？
这是他的狗。
小明，这是你爸爸吗？
不是，那是我叔叔，是我爸爸的弟弟。
哦。
哎，麦克，你知道这是哪儿吗？
这个我知道，这是水立方。
Looking through photo albums is always fun, isn't it? Especially when you've never seen any of the pictures before. So how much of that were all of you able to follow? Quite a bit, is my guess. The new territory here is the question and answer format of Chinese. Now, it's quite straightforward once you know how it works. So let's break down today's dialogue. Xiaoming starts the clip by saying, 你看,这是我的好朋友. 你看 means look. 朋友 is the word for friend. 好朋友 is good friend. Mike follows by asking Xiaoming if they are classmates. 他是你的同学吗? 同学 means classmate. 他是你的同学吗? Is she your classmate?
麦克，你看，这是我的好朋友。
他是你的同学吗？
是啊。
他叫什么名字？
他叫兰兰。
兰兰，他多大了？也是16岁吗？
不是，他15岁。
这是什么? What is this? 这 means this. 是 means is. 什么? Remember this? It means what? 这是什么? You can remember the reply by remembering the question. 这是什么? 这是 whatever it is. 那是什么? What is that? 那 means that. 那是他的狗. That's his dog. 他 means his. 狗 means dog. 他的狗 his dog. 那是什么? 那是他的狗。
这是什么？
这是他的狗。
All right, we have more to add to our family vocabulary. 叔叔 means uncle. Mike mistakes Xiaoming's uncle for his father. 叔叔。弟弟 refers specifically to someone's younger brother. So we know that Xiaoming's uncle is his father's younger brother. 弟弟。叔叔。
小明，这是你爸爸吗？
不是，那是我叔叔，是我爸爸的弟弟。
哦。
你知道这是哪儿吗？哪儿 means where. 知道 means to know. 你知道这是哪儿吗? So can you piece out this phrase? That's right. It's, do you know where this is? Now similarly, if you say, 你知道那是哪儿吗? It's, do you know where that is?
哎，麦克，你知道这是哪儿吗？
这个我知道，这是水立方。
Okay, everyone, let's check out what we have lined up for today's vocabulary. Let's start out by taking a look at some specific vocabulary words. 是 is, 是 的, used after an attribute when the attribute modifies the noun. 的 吗 used at the end of a question. 吗这 this. 这那 that. 那哪儿 where as a question. 哪儿知道 to know. 知道 Well, let's look at a character from today's phrases. And it is 妈 which is the character used when you ask a question. Now this character can be broken up into left side first, top to bottom, left to right, top to bottom, left to right. Stroke order is very important when writing Chinese characters. Usually it's left to right, top to bottom. But sometimes there are variations on these rules. Don't get overwhelmed, though. We'll be repeating stroke order every show, so you'll get a lot of good practice. Okay, so now this character is broken up. On the left side, this side, we have the character for 口 or mouth, and it is the character's radical. Radicals are found in compound characters, and in this case, our radical is the word for mouth. Now, on the right, we have the character for horse, or 马. So this character together is pronounced ma, right? Today, we're spotlighting colors. As in any culture, China has some specific colors that have specific meanings. Although nowadays, people aren't as strict with color meaning as they were in the past. But still, these things can be good to know, just in case. And we'll begin with the color yellow, 黄色. Huang means yellow, and 色 means color. So, the color yellow, 黄色. Historically speaking, yellow was the imperial color of China. Emperors of China's many dynasties all wore the color yellow, in part because yellow symbolizes gold, and gold symbolizes wealth or general riches. Anyone not in the imperial lineage was not allowed to wear any form of the color yellow. It was considered treason. Now, nowadays, of course, you can see people wearing yellow wherever you go in China, and it is not considered a crime. It's considered quite a patriotic color, actually, because if you think of the Chinese flag, it has 5 yellow stars in the upper left corner. Red is one of my favorite colors, and luckily red is all over China. 红色. There are many meanings and functions of the color red in Chinese culture. First and foremost, it represents good luck and happiness. When stores or restaurants have an opening, red banners are hung. Birthday cake boxes are red, and most writing on birthday cakes is red as well. When holidays come around, especially Chinese New Year, cities around China become awash in red. red paper cuttings are hung, fireworks are wrapped in red paper, and people wear red clothing. Red belts, red socks, even red underwear. Color red in China is considered to be a color that bad luck and evil spirits are afraid of. So that's why red can be seen at so many celebrations, and especially at the beginning of the new year. It's happy and lucky and chases away bad luck. It's fun knowing that colors can have so many different meanings, isn't it? Well, for now, let's put colors aside and get our minds back into today's lesson content and focus on some language points. Now, we have a word that will be coming up a lot. And on its own, in today's context, it doesn't really mean anything. De. De actually implies something. It implies belonging to. So, 我 is I. 我的 is mine. 她 is her. 她的 is hers. 我的狗 my dog. 她的名字 her name. 我们的同学 our classmates. Can you see how it's used? Now there are other uses for de that we'll cover later, but for now, try practicing using de in today's context. Let's take a look at some more examples.
哎，兰兰，这是你的作业本吗？
哦，不是，这是小红的。小明，这是我的水杯。
哈哈，对不起。
All right, let's take a second to talk about ma. Now remember how last class we talked about ne and how it functions like a question mark? Well, ma is the other spoken question mark in Chinese. Whenever you hear ma at the end of a sentence, you instantly know it's a question. Now, ma and ne aren't interchangeable though. They do not mean the same thing. Remember, ne is like saying, what about? 你呢? What about you? Ma is used simply in a question, specifically one that could have a yes or no answer.
喂，请问是兰兰吗？
哦，是小明吧？兰兰不在家。
小明，你看，这是鸟巢吗？
嗯，没错，这是鸟巢。
We've got a language pattern today. 这是 this is, 那是 that is. Now, to turn them into a question, a ma gets added to the end. Yes or no question. 这是 something something ma. Is this? 那是 something something ma. Is that? 她是 something something ma. Is she? Let's look at some examples.
小明，这是什么地方？
哦，这是黄山。
真漂亮。这我好像去过，不知道这是哪儿，见过。
生日快乐！
对，其实我从来没跟过这么大的生日快乐。
没有人喜欢你。
麦克，你看，这是我的好朋友。
他是你的同学吗？
是啊，
他叫什么名字？
他叫兰兰。
兰兰，他多大了？也是16岁吗？
不是，他15岁。
It's nice to know some ways to ask questions, isn't it? There's a famous saying that goes, there are no stupid questions. It's so important to be able to ask questions. It's how we all learn. And so, it's time for me to ask you all a question. Do you have any questions? Please send them in to our feedback page. Or if you're not in the mood to write, don't forget you can always check out our website and see if the answers lie there. That's all we have time for today, everyone, but I shall see you next time. 加油！再见。